Stephanie, and hi, Jennifer. I'm glad you stopped by. My time is 1:44, so that's just about the time I come on. Thank you, Jennifer, for stopping by. I appreciate that so very much. I have 12 anything bags today. I have pillowcases, and we'll do some chit chatting. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, whoever you are in the background. I have some neat things today. Okay. My anything bags, other than two of them, they're $15.95, and I have two larger ones that are $17.95, and that is a good price because when I put them on Etsy, they're going to be a lot more. My pillowcases are all $12 each, with the exception of one set that's $15 each because the fabric was almost $12 actually. And what I don't sell is all going on Etsy. And the prices will be higher on Etsy. There's quality fabric, batting that goes into it, a charm that goes with each one, and lots of labor, lots of work. We'll wait and see if a few more are going to come in, and then I'll show you what I have. And I hope who's ever in the background will come in and talk. If not, that's fine. Hi. Yeah, but remember, I'm on Pacific time. Hi, Patty. Hi, Virgo. I'm not on the same time as you are. Right now, it's 1:50 in the afternoon here. think there's about 3 hours difference between your time and mine. Stephanie, did you get that last picture that I sent you? That showed the tiger fabric. And Patty, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you here. I have my anything bags and pillowcases. And I said most of my anything bags are $15.95. Shipping is $4 for the first. If you buy two, shipping is $6. I can't put my link in right now since I'm on. And right now I only have two things on there, but I am going to put all of this stuff that doesn't sell. And from now on, I'll be listing a lot on Etsy. Oh, you've had a tough summer? Wow. I've had a busy one. Then I had surgery in July on my hernias. I had two. And then the drainage got infected in my surgery was in June. July, it got infected and I had to go back into the hospital. Anyway, it's exciting. Anyway, this is one. This is the pillowcases that I made, just the same fabric is the expensive one. Anyway, this is $15.95. They're all lined. Let's see what my phone is. Let me just send a quick message. Sorry for the interruption. Okay. Anyway, this is $15.95. You can see. I think this is my favorite fabric. They're all lined. They're all quilted. You want this one, Virgo? Okay. I will put your name down here. Okay. There we go. And okay, good, Stephanie. Okay, Patty, this one's yours. Let me put it over here. Whoops. Okay. Well, before I go on to the other one, let me show you the pillowcases that are the same fabric. And I had to charge. Hi, Pam. Okay, good, Stephanie, because I just went ahead and ordered that because I thought that's what you want. Okay, this is out of the same fabric that the bag that Patty just bought. These are gorgeous. And like I said, normally I charge $12 each, but because the fabric was so expensive. Hi, Pamela. I had to charge $15. And these are all have the French seam inside, so they don't ravel. And they're for a standard size pillow. So I wanted to show you that. So I was showing you the anything bag. Here is one I just made yesterday. Kind of a pro. This is $17.95. This is a much larger one. And I'll show you the inside. Whoops, got a thread in there. Oh, that's on my screen. Okay. And they're all, like I said, lined. They have washable batting. I only have one that I'm showing today that's not washable, and I made that quite a long time ago. Anyway, this is $17.95 if anyone's interested in this. They all have nice zippers. They have a zipper pull. And see if you can see the stitching. And let me measure this. I should have. This one is about 11 and a half wide by 9.5 tall. So if anyone's interested in that one, it is $17.95. This I really love too. And I made English Rose. Wait till she comes in. She usually does pillowcases out. She won one of my contests, and I made her pillowcases out of this. And it's lined in red. And these are all washable. Like I said, I'll show you the one that isn't. Yeah, I vacuumed my wood floors today, and you couldn't believe the strings. And I love to wear black tops. It's almost disgusting. I have threads all over me. Anyway, I also love it. And this is different, kind of unusual to see. I mean, it's vegetables. And like I said, English Rose had picked out, she told me what she liked, and she liked vegetables. So anyway, that one is, if anyone's interested. Okay, this is the only one I'll show you is not washable. This is the only one. And I put a little butterfly. The inside, I love the inside. That you could use a damp cloth. And this one's $15.95. This is different. I do have more fabric of this. And you're not supposed to, to wash this one, but I like it. It's kind of, I don't know, it's different. But you could use a damp cloth. And like I said, there's the cotton lining inside. So there's that one. Let's see if I can separate these so I don't show them again. I will show them again when more people come in. And this one here, I also like this. Let's show you the inside. Hi, Selena. Didn't think you'd be here today with the funeral. And this is $15.95. And I can make the bottoms. I square the bottoms on some of them, and I can make them actually different widths. I made some that are smaller, and there's this one here. And I lined it in the purple. Probably looks kind of blue. Yes, Pam, I have to show you, Pam. But I learned it this morning. I'm going to do it. I know this is a change of subject, but look I watched a YouTube video. and how to make these. They're simple, and then you can decorate them, which I'm going to do. And there's your little pocket for your, your notes. But I learned to do this morning watching the lady on YouTube. Hi, Chris. So I thought Pam does junk journaling, so I thought she would enjoy seeing that. And anyway, this one is $15.95. And let's see, there's that one, and there's this one here. I think I showed this last week too. And like I said, these were what doesn't sell will go up on Etsy. And they all come with a little charm. And see, I can make the different widths. This one's, the width of it's a little smaller. Hi, Cynthia. How are you doing? And let's see, we have the Christmas one. I like this one really well too. I made this one a little taller. It has a green lining. And I still have, I'm using, I used two of them. And I'm using two that I made 3 years ago. And I've hand washed them. Okay, then there's this pink one. Oops, hope I don't make you dizzy. Going too fast. And it has a pink lining. And like I said, they all, besides the lining, inside they have batting. The windy fire. Oh, wow. Yeah, that fire in Porterville is really bad. Northern California has just really had some really terrible fires. I'm sure here in Southern California we have some too, but I haven't really heard of any real drastic ones. Anyway, this is $15.95. There's only two, like I said, that I have that are $17.95. And look at this pumpkin. I like them all. I mean, I have my favorites, but I like them all. And they hold a lot. The reason why I changed the names of them, I used to call them makeup bags, but you don't have to just put makeup. You can put jewelry, you can put, like this one here, say for a holiday or a birthday, you bought someone a top or a blouse or something, you could fold it neatly and put it inside. It makes a good presentation. It's very useful. And there's that one. And this one I also showed last week. This I love too. Dawn originally was going to buy this one, and then she changed her mind and bought one with pink flowers. And this one here, you could actually, hi, Hetty, good to see you. This one here, you could actually use it during the holidays as just a purse. That's why I put these on. You can just put it on your arm. Yes, I do custom. Yes, in fact, Stephanie sent me a request, and I ordered fabric. If I don't have it in my inventory, then I have to order fabric, and I send pictures. You can send me an email, if you have requests. Oh, koala bears. Let me write a note. What I do is I find the fabric, I send pictures to the person requesting them. And if they okay it, then I order it. On my custom, I have to now ask for 50% down for the reason I've done a couple of custom ones and the person never responded. I was fortunate to be able to sell it to someone else, but sometimes, especially on a specialty fabric, no one's interested in that kind of thing. So that I will let me put my email address in. Anything with Day of the Dead. I don't have, let's see. Email. Yeah, you can send a request to this address, my email address. And remember, the 3 zeros are the number 0, not the letter 0. So there's this one. Okay. I have one more of those, and then I'm going to start showing my pillowcases. This is a patriotic one. I haven't put the charm yet on this one. I like this. And it is also lined in red. So, and I will be making tons of them because I plan on using different platforms to sell them. Okay, let me start with the pillowcases. I showed the one set. Now, last week I had an anything bag made out of this fabric, and I sold it. And I do have a little bit more of this fabric that I can make another anything bag. Oh, the cat fabric, yes. Hi, Susan. They're sewed really good. I'm not trying to sound conceited, but I want them to last. I also use the things that I make, my own products, so I like them to hold up. These wash really well. I buy quality fabric. fabric has went up in price in the last year. That's why I had to raise my prices. I used to charge $10 each. The reason why I sell them as each, because there are people, especially when they're buying for kids, they only want one pillowcase. Okay, thank you, Cynthia. Um, they only want one pillowcase. And this way, so even when I list them on eBay, I also just price them as each. It's like I went from a full size bed to a twin bed because my apartment is small and I decided I'd have more room. So, okay, that's one step. I have this one. I have one of these. This fabric feels fabulous. It's navy blue on the bottom. And I will show you the seams. They're called French seams. Oops. They're French seams. So the fabric does not fray, shred, whatever you want to call it. These make lovely gifts. I sold a lot of anything bags and pillowcases last Christmas. They make lovely gifts. And that's what I use. When I buy sheet sets, I don't use the pillowcases from the sheet sets. I use my own. And my best friend, I send her pillowcases and she does the same thing. I have a kids one I think is adorable. Look at the teddy bears. That's cute. That is cute. I wouldn't even mind putting that on my bed. That is really cute. I like cheery bedding and pillowcases. Anyway, like I said, that one there's just one of, and let's see here. And I just have one of this one. I actually made some last year for myself. And I'm trying to get some more of this fabric because a lot of people have liked this one. And there's that one. And I've got more. I apologize if I'm missing something in the chat. I'm trying to show these. It's kind of awkward. And here's one. I do have more fabric where I can make another one. Unicorns. Somebody asked me if I had unicorn fabric, and that person never showed up. Anyway, there's that one. And I could make another one on that unicorn one. Because I went back and bought fabric is selling out so fast. If you find a print or that you like, things are hard. Shipping is becoming very difficult from overseas, and especially stuff coming from China. A lot of it, even in Southern California, it's the boats are docked up. It's just overwhelming. And I have these. These are really pretty. Those pretty? And they're all standard. After I get through showing, we'll just chit chat if you would like. And let's see, I have one more set here. Oh no, I have two. These are really cute, I think. There's two of these. This is I love the yellow. A really pretty Christmas. So soft and nice. Let's see. You see? And I have two of those. Okay. Excuse me. And the last ones I have is these. And the fabric feels really good against the face. I try to buy quality fabric. Okay. I see no interest. Okay. If you decide you're interested, just let me know. I said they make lovely gifts. So how's everyone today? Oh yes, I went to the Dollar Tree yesterday. And I managed it. What did I spent $34. Most of the stuff I bought was necessities. But I was surprised they already have their Christmas stuff. So, and I am thinking about a lot of Christmas projects. It's my favorite time of year for the real reason that Jesus's birth, and I love the decorations more than anything. Besides, the main reason is Jesus. Hello there, my favorite person, English Rose. I have a lot of favorite people, but I so appreciate her watching my videos and leaving comments. I have to show English Rose something. Do you remember this fabric? I just had to make one of these anything bags. I made her pillowcases. She won one of the contests, and I made her pillowcases. Number 9, thumbs up. I see 11 thumbs up here. You're not ready for Christmas? I can't believe how fast the days go by. And I hate when the first of the month comes by so quick. They just raised my rent again. So living in Southern California is not a cheap place to live. The matching bag, yeah. I was all the time I was sewing that, I was thinking about you and the pillowcases. I think Christmas has become so commercial. That's what's I think, and maybe as things are going up, people will do some creative things, homemade gifts. And your children don't need to have a million presents under the tree. I know when I was growing up, I was lucky to have one or two. Hi, Sandra. It's so good to see you here. And I said I apologize if I missed anyone while I was showing the pillowcases in my anything bags. Yes. And my son is saying this, he owns a business. If you want to buy anything now, I mean, you want to buy for Christmas, you better buy now because there's going to be a shortage. And especially coming over from China. And let's face it, 3/4 of our stuff does come from China. People don't realize how serious all of this is. When you go to the store too, if you can, say you're buying things that are not perishable, you're buying 2 cans of something, buy 4 cans. I don't have any king size, but I can make king size. I make the standard unless there's a custom order. That's great, Chris. I know my son told my daughter-in-law a couple days ago, if you plan on whatever you're buying for Christmas, start buying it now. I know it's hard for people to realize that, but oh, thank you, Sandra. If there's anything that you want, you can let me put my email address in again. You can send me an email, and what I do if I don't have the fabric in my inventory, I do research for the best fabric, the best prices. I send you pictures on custom. I do require 50% down now, and I had to change that. I hated to, but there was a couple of items that I made. What was it? About a year ago, and after I made them and sent the pictures for the final okay, I was totally ignored. And I can't afford to do that. I live on Social Security and a little part-time work for my son, and what I sell here in eBay, that's what in Southern California, my Social Security check doesn't even cover my rent. Some of those old sewing machines are the best, I'll tell you. The only thing is this year and everybody could be wrong, but from what I read, and I try to read reliable sources, there's not going to be anything left for New Year sales. I hope they're wrong, but it's, if it's possible, uh, start. Not, I don't believe in hoarding, but buying enough to be secure. I haven't inherited so much in a small brand. Oh, really? Well, Sandra, get the book out if there's a book with it. And you also can download books uh, online. Um, depends on if for a custom. Now, my pillowcases here, other than that one set, other than this set, because the fabric was 11 something a yard, these are $15 each. Normally, I sell my pillowcases for $12 each. But on a custom, what I do is I have to first find the fabric, and I try to find the best deal. Fabric I cannot believe, it makes me sick how much fabric has went up. And it's a good thing that I'm kind of a hoarder of fabric. That my pillowcases, I want good quality in my anything bags. Fabric is outrageous. I'm not exaggerating. Check around. Fabric that I used to maybe be able to purchase for $5 a yard is $8, $9. And like I said, that butterfly fabric was 11 something a yard. But you if you go online and look at expensive sheets and expensive pillowcases, the high thread count, and see what you're paying. You're going to pay $40 and $50 sometimes, even for pillowcases. I'm not saying I approve or it's good, but problem with fabric anymore too. It's really rare that some is printed in the U.S. Most of it comes from China or India. I've never bought any fabric from India, but all of the stores, I don't even care if you go to a quilt shop. Most of it's shipped over here. So that's what, like I said, last year I sold my pillowcases for $10 each. But by the time I buy the fabric for the pillowcase, and then I buy the solid for the band and my thread. The other day, now, normally I try to buy that thread at Walmart. There's one brand that's pretty good for my pillow I use while sitting up in bed. King size, any nice material. Oh, okay. If I can I'll send me an email. I'll send you a picture. I'll go through the fabric that I have. And then I can give you a price. I don't require the whole amount to be prepaid, but 50%. But I'll go through the fabric, and you want king size, okay? Yeah, I've made king size for my son and daughter-in-law. But now they went to the standard pillows. So my son says, "Mom, how about making some new pillowcases for Christmas?" And he wants the 800 count. I had fun trying to find that. But I have always loved to buy fabric. And there was a time that even when my kids were small, I made some of their clothes and I made my own clothes. Now I can buy clothes cheaper for myself than making them. So I don't make clothes for myself anymore. But anyways, anyone have any plans for this weekend and doing anything special or just relaxing? English Rose, guess what I'm drinking? I got chocolate for this Saturday. Let's see. Yes, I got chocolate. What happens if I buy it too early? I end up drinking it before Saturday, which is not good. 60th birthday. Oh, how wonderful. Happy birthday. Beefsteak necklace like yours. Didn't find it. No, it's not hot chocolate. It's just a cold chocolate you put in the fridge, you buy in the bottles. If I had hot chocolate, by the time I get off here, it would be cold. Yes, happy 60th. Wow, I'm only 20 years older than you. How about that? Happy birthday and many more. Oh, thank you, Sandra. I am very blessed. My mother lived to be 98, and she was a strong, tough one. And then my older brother lived to be 79, but he had multiple sclerosis, and that affected his heart. She just got married for the first time at 69. Oh, God bless her. Wow. Thank you, Sandra. Well, I've always, I believe in the Lord Jesus. He gives me the strength. And no matter how rough things get, I believe that we're only here on this earth temporarily, and heaven's our really home, our real home. So I enjoy each day, and sometimes things aren't smooth, but I still have a lot to be thankful. And I, like a lot of people, have had a lot of losses in my life. And I lost my daughter from muscular dystrophy when she was 9.5 years old. And I can tell you that's the worst loss that you could ever have in your life, is losing a child. But she taught me more about God and religion in her own little way that anyone could have ever taught me. And I know I'll see her someday. Everybody has losses, you know. We just need to pray and keep our faith. Everybody, if you live long enough, you're going to have losses. You're going to shed tears. But there's a reason for everything. Yes, you have to have faith. You have to have faith. You are lost in this world without faith and determination. Yep. Yes, Pam, before she passed away, the things that she said, although there was some things that I know human ears weren't supposed to know because I couldn't remember the next day. But the things that she said about angels, and especially at that time, you know, a period, there wasn't, I mean, she passed away in 1969. So there was no internet. There was, you know, the things that she said she had no way of knowing. So any time in life when life gets difficult or rough, I think about the faith that my little girl had. It makes me strong. Oh, Sandra, I will. I will put you, I think I did actually already I'll put you in my prayer angel group again. I'm so sorry. But you know the Lord does heal. Keep your faith. She was really special. And if you want to know how I really feel and the real me, go and watch my memorials to my daughter. I have two channels. I used to do them just on my Josie's Place channel, but I have Josie Cares and on her birthday, and then which was Memorial Day, the old Memorial Day, May 30th. And then when she died, I always do a little memorial video. And she was 9.5. She's made me who I am today. Plus, you know, being a nurse, I've seen a lot. Patients taught me a lot. I watched believers pass away. I watched non-believers pass away. And I can tell you that believers have a lot easier time. And I also lost a husband of 17 and a half years. His cancer started in his lungs. He had surgery. He did pretty well for a couple of years. And then it metastasized to his brain. My tongue's getting away. I need some more chocolate. And I seen what that did. In all the years we were married, we never had an argument. He never raised his voice to me, never cussed at me. But the last 3 months of his life, as the cancer was eating his brain, he just got his personality changed. He didn't get mean, but it did change his personality. So all I can say is have faith and pray with your whole heart and soul. Anyway, Sandra, I will put you in a prayer angel group. And I pray the Lord Jesus heals you, every part of your body. See, and I believe, and I'm not trying to push my beliefs on anyone. Please, I apologize if you take it wrong, but I believe that we should pray every day, not just when we have problems. Hetty. Yeah, and there's different types, of cancer, but when a man gets prostate cancer when he's younger, it's actually even more serious than when he's old, because most of the time an elderly man won't die from the prostate cancer. He'll die from something else. Oh, wonderful, Sandra. The towels I make, oh, I'll have to send some pictures. I haven't made towels for a long time. I have one customer. She used to buy from me from Puerto Rico. And what she would do is I would make her pillowcases, and then the fabric that from the pillowcase, she had me sew it on towels. So the towel, hand towels. But I'm not crazy about making towels. But anyway, they made lovely gifts. She loved to give them to her family. Thank you, Pam. You know that, and I don't care. Some people don't like, how should I say this? They don't like my strength. They don't like me talking about the Lord Jesus. And that's okay. I pray for them. I've been bashed a lot, and that's okay too. I've learned to, I should say, I shouldn't use this word loosely. I shouldn't, I'll say I don't care anymore. Life's too short. I've decided not too long ago that I wasn't going to argue with anyone. If someone doesn't like me, I'll just pray for them and they can get out of my life. My strength is in the Lord Jesus. And sometimes, and I understand now, I am going to say this. When I was younger, I used to think, why do older people always have to preach, tell you how to live, and the reason for it, because I'm there now, the reason for it, we've experienced the good and the bad. And we don't want young people to go through some of the things that we went through. And I'm not saying that's a good habit of mine or any other older person, but it's like you want to protect people. Yeah, I learned to be strong. I've had to. I wasn't pampered as a kid. My parents taught me how to work. I started working very young, worked on the ranch with my dad. When I was in high school, I did some inventory in one of the department stores in Northern California. And then I babysat, I cleaned house for women that were pregnant, had a neighbor who was pregnant. And I worked when I was very young. I've worked all my life. And you know what? I am glad my parents taught me how to work and how to be strong. This world isn't easy. Yeah, older folks, we've been there. And yeah, I made a lot of stupid choices. I made a lot of stupid mistakes in my life. I don't deny any of that. And anyone who says they've not made poor choices, most of the time they're not telling the 100% truth, because we all have. And that's how we learn. I think I decided a long time ago that here on earth is like a school. And this is how we learn, if we listen. And heaven's our real home, unless you choose to go the other way, which I pray that everybody chooses the right way. Anyway, that's me. As somebody said not too long ago, in her in her live, Jill calls it like it is. If you ask her a question, be prepared for an answer. Yep, heaven is our real home. I've seen miracles. I always tell this story of a lady who, and sorry if I'm repeating myself, but maybe some haven't heard. We had a lady in the nursing home who had been unable to move. She was paralyzed. She was unable to move, had to be fed, and she'd been in a nursing home for quite a few years. I took care of her during the day, and then the PM shift came on, and she died on the PM shift, and the nurse was just absolutely shocked and amazed. A woman who never moved, was unable to move. Just before she died, she reached out her hands and sat up in her bed. You explain that to me. And that was the talk of the nursing home for a few days. So it's hard for people who have never experienced stuff like that, because, yeah, it seems impossible. Miracles, yes. Yep. Miracles happen. In God's timing. I think as humans, we get impatient sometimes, and I've been there. Yeah, I've learned more patience as I've gotten older, but I think we've all been there. That's okay. That's how we learn. But like I said, my biggest fault is I think I want to protect everyone, and you can't. Sometimes people have to learn through their own mistakes. And I guess that's a way we learn and we don't forget. Anyway, has anybody been doing any crafts? The night Mom passed and she reached up to the air like she was, yes. I think the angels come to get them. My daughter, and I told this story before, we were supposed to set the Christmas tree the next day. My husband had went and got our tree, but we lived in Idaho and it was snowing. The tree was wet. And so we had told her and my older son, that the next day we were going to set the Christmas tree. And she kept asking the angels, um, can I still set the Christmas tree? Can I still set the Christmas tree? And she wasn't asking me because she would, I was actually in bed. My husband was in bed, and I had tucked her in two other times in her bed. And she kept walking down the hall and standing in the doorway and talking. And that's what she kept asking. So, yes, my strong beliefs do come from her. And it's, as you, and like I said, I know a lot of nurses have experienced, so much of the time we don't talk about it in the journals and have quilting on the frame to quilt. Oh, now, Pam, do you have the long arm quilting machine? Or do you do yours on a regular machine like I do? Yeah, two of me, yeah. I understand that. I am so addicted to junk journaling. Oh my goodness. And then I want to do some more of that. And then I want to start my jewel art leaf. I'm doing a fall leaf to match um, my pumpkin that I've done. I'll have to show you. Let me get my pumpkin down and show you. I did a video on this, but I want to do a leaf to. I have this on the wall. Okay. This is my pumpkin. And I thought that I wanted to do a leaf and I could put it beside it. And, it's not going to be exact, but maybe the same color scheme. You have a long arm quilting machine. I'm getting so short. I have problems reaching to the back of the machine. Oh my. My first quilt I made was done on a long arm. After I put it together, I sent it to my best friend, and her friend had a long arm. And thank you. I love doing this. Love it, love it. Oh, one just came unglued. I have to glue that. I've started, instead of using the glue gun, I've started using that liquid glue, because with the glue gun, if something gets too hot, they will come off. 7, I had very sick, and doctors told my parents that I would not live, but miracle happened that I lived. Do you start in the middle? I start in the middle. Yes. Yes. I think if you start in the middle, that's your focus point. I call it my focus point. And then I work from there out. Now, sometimes I do put the edging in first, but always before I put any of the other jewelry pieces, I start in the middle. Yeah, sometimes doctors are not always right. I've seen doctors tell someone they had 2 years to live and they lived 10 or 15 years. I don't believe a doctor should predict. I believe that if the doctor thinks, in certain cases, they pretty much know, you know, you don't have very long. And to prepare the family, they should say something, but you can't say definitely. Nobody knows. I like the surgeon that did my husband's surgery on his lung. He was fabulous. He never said I got it 100%. He said, you know, I think I got 99.9%, but I'm not going to guarantee. No one knows. He said, go out and enjoy your life and live each day. And we both admired that man, because that's what he did. Mm, You know, we did some fun things. Um, we went on a cruise, and just and he got, well, let's see, about 3 more years. So you can't always predict. Yeah, I love doing this jewelry art. It's weird. I don't know how I'm trying to think back. I've seen a few. I didn't actually ever see anyone. Oh, I know. I started with my lighted Christmas trees years and years ago. My best friend taught me how to do the 3D effect with the jewelry. And during the holidays, you'll see in the back there, it's a huge frame, not these small ones. And they're lighted and it's a Christmas tree. And I did with the jewelry. And that's how I originally started. And then I'd seen, people working with, broken jewelry. And I thought, I wonder if I could use that same effect that I did with the Christmas trees, except these, are not lighted. And that's when I started doing the jewelry art. And I've done, well, here, the rabbit is right here. I got that on my wall. This is my bunny. I love my bunny. But I started right here. That was my focal point, right in the middle, right there. And let's see if you can see. But I love doing these. Yeah, that's what's, I think, so fascinating. You know, I've had, well, one or two contests, and to have, or people sending me pictures of stuff that they made. They said, that I, influence them, encourage them. I love to see what other people do. It is wonderful because we all have different ideas, and to see the color combinations and, even the texture. Not everybody likes the same type of jewelry, or, and you can see it when they do the jewelry art. And I will set it up on the table, and I might work an hour or two and then decide, well, I've run out of ideas for that time period. And then the next day, because it actually takes several days to finish one of these, and depends how much time you put into it. But I love doing it. I wish I actually had more time, but I have a crazy schedule. And I do eBay, and I have 3 Facebook groups. I haven't done much with it, and I only have I just opened up or started a buy and sell group on Facebook, strictly buy and sell. The other one I have started off that way, but it's more a conversation now. And I only have 18 members in that one, and I haven't done as much as I should in that one. The other group, I think I have, what was it, 172? I've lost count. Anyway, that keeps me busy in eBay, and I haven't done that much with Etsy, but I am going to do Etsy uh, with all my creations. And then there's a couple other platforms that I'm looking into and doing because I don't believe that um, this stuff's going to go over that well with YouTube. Plus, I have a lot of other ideas for my YouTube channel. And that's why I decided to get out of the jewelry business. The percentage, most of my subscribers are not from the jewelry community. And there are a few, but most of them. And right now, I have 1,549 subscribers to my channel, and I am monetized. So my second channel, I have 198, and I'm not really trying to grow that channel. That channel is just I talk about things that wouldn't do well to be monetized, put it that way. It's although somebody sends me a request, like I did a series on bullying and things like that. I'm planning on doing one this week on the other channel on communication um, because I think there's a lack of communication, especially now in the world. And I'm going to do it on a professional basis and a personal basis. Do I do any painting? No, I'm lousy at painting. I like to do decoupage. Hi, Sharon. Good to see you. I like to do decoupage, but painting, I am not an artist. I joke about even my stick people don't look good. In high school, I started taking art. And the instructor, after a few weeks, said, Joe, maybe you should look into another class so you don't flunk this one. And he was right. I could do anything creative with fabric, with paper, with jewelry. But I can't draw. I have no talent whatsoever in drawing. Never have. I used to do paint by number years ago. When I lived in Idaho and when I was alone with the kids after my divorce, and in the wintertime when there's snow on the ground and you spent your time in the house other than going to work every day. At night after the kids were in bed, I would do paint by number. Kept you from being lonely. Oh, you're working on a vintage side table. What are you doing? Are you refinishing or? That sounds interesting, Sharon. I think being creative, really helps. And I know when the pandemic first started, and I remember I don't buy very much fabric at Walmart. Once in a while, they have pieces that are good quality, but normally I don't. But I was looking for some solid colors for the binding, and everything was empty. They had sold all the fabric. It shocked me that people went into panic mode and just bought everything up. It's actually the same way with the craft stuff. And so I think people have actually since then have, they're doing more crafts, more sewing. Nothing new for me. I've sewed all my life, so you know, that's nothing new. But um, and I do on my eBay, I do have some fabric listed too. And a lot of people buy fabric for masks. That I wear the paper one. Especially when you go for medical because they won't even allow you to wear the cloth ones. Well, the leg was broken, so I fixed that now, and I'm doing a McKinsey child pattern, very colorful, way out of normal. Yeah. Oh, Sharon, I'd love to see that. I always like this morning. I watched a junk journal video and learned how to make a new envelope thing for my junk journals. So I'm always open to learning something new. I've always said, I think if you open your eyes and your ears, you can learn something new every day. So English Rose, what have you been doing for keeping busy? I know you do some artwork, you do some creative stuff. Oh, I would love that, Sharon. I love to see other people's work. Like I said, I believe that we can even, as much as I've sewed since I was a kid, sometimes I've learned new techniques. You have to be open minded and when somebody comes up with a new technique, it makes it a lot easier. And 7 piggies. Huh? Did I tell you that Liberty's guinea pigs they live in the backyard now and they love it? Oh my gosh, they have their personalities have even changed. When they were in the house and in a smaller area, they were like scared or you couldn't pick them up, touch them. Now you go outside and they love lettuce and stuff like that every day. Even though they eat hay and then they eat in uh, the lawn, they hear you and they come right up to you. They're so friendly. They love it in the backyard. They never stop eating. I cannot believe how much guinea pigs eat. Yeah, they have to. It's amazing. But they're so darn cute. I never used to really. I'll be honest. I really didn't like them, and now I just love those little guinea pigs. I have to always go out there as soon as I get there and see where they're at. And they're smart because big old Roscoe. He likes to chase them, and they know they go hide. There's a storage building in the backyard, so they kind of live under there. Mackenzie's child is a very kind artist. She's not afraid of color, that's for sure. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, I think. Oh, I don't know people. I have a neighbor next door who especially when things changed and the lockdown and everything, and some of these people get so bored. And I said, and she told me one day, well, you have things to do, crafts and stuff, and you still work. And I said, well, you know what? You can find some hobby or craft idea, read a book. I actually used to read a book a week until I got involved in making videos and stuff. Now I don't have time. And then with my 3 Facebook groups that I used to enjoy reading. But there's always something you can find to do. At least I believe that. Mm, wow. I am really blessed. I have, but I only take, for my age, I only take a thyroid and a GERD pill for my esophagus. I don't take anything else. So my hands are still steady, but a lot of medication or then different conditions. Uh, it's hard when your hands aren't steady. I'm not saying it's always going to be this way, but I feel real blessed it still is. Especially when I'm cutting out fabric. Now, if anyone wants to see anything, pillowcases or anything, bags, just say so. I like to read, like there's a writer, gosh, I can't think of her name right now, from Oregon. McCormer, I think is her last name. And some of her writings, you know, like she starts with a family and she continues with with a series of books. And I like to read about the presidents. I way back in history, the past ones, starting from George Washington. Um, so just I don't know, just at the time, whatever I was in the mood for. I didn't just read romance books. I've read some, yes, that I like history. And what's amazing is when I was in school, I didn't like history. And as an adult, I started liking history. And when I went to nursing school, I didn't have to take, we had to take, besides all the nursing classes, we had to take English, but we didn't have to take history. But now I love to read about history. So um, I guess we change in our style, our likes and dislikes. Yes, she's intelligent. You know what? When I was in the 8th grade, um, we were told by our, we had a very elderly teacher. I learned more in that grade than any other grade. But she told us we weren't going to graduate unless we learned the presidents, and we had to stand up in class and memorize these with the dates. Took me a long time, but I managed. But I don't remember them now. But yeah, Holly's pretty sharp. Can't wait till they get their forever home. I love all the advice though that they give, don't you? Mm. Oh, I don't know about that series. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I watched how was it? This morning. No, it was yesterday. I watched Chris and Holly's last video on the houses, and they must have one that they're not telling us about. Anyway, what I'm talking about is the Chris and Holly um, channel and English Rose. In fact, that's where she found me, I think. Isn't that right? On when I did the dumpster fabrics videos, I still have some of that fabric I need to sew up too. I have more work than there's time in the day. Yeah, we all kind of miss their dumpster diving videos, but eventually they'll get back to it. Hi, Kathleen. Good to see you. I showed my pillowcases and anything bags, and now we're just chit chatting. And if when this live goes off and it comes back on, and if anyone decides they want something, just let me know the timestamp. I know I went pretty fast, but yes. And Sharon, I I think I've seen you on there too. So I sold one anything bag, but there's 11 available, and all the pillowcases are still available. So yeah, I thought I decided this one at the last minute yesterday. I thought, well, I'm going to do something different. Still make jewelry time to time and do some. Oh, very good. Well, I decided to get out of the jewelry business. I still have some on eBay. Not a lot, but I do. I decided that there was just too many people doing, and I've done it for almost 3 years. Kind of burnt out. I'm doing what I love to do, and that's creating. And I think with the economy, the way it's going to get worse, that it's going to be harder and harder to sell jewelry, fashion jewelry. So I decided I would like to create things that, are useful. Yes, Pamela, I wish they would too. And people have said something about like, why don't they just buy land and put a trailer? You know, Chris and Holly are so talented that Holly needs to make her candles, and Chris his woodworking. I mean, it's priceless. Their stuff's gorgeous. The anything bags are $15.95, $4 shipping for the first, and if you buy two, they're $6 shipping. I have two of the big ones that are $17.95, but the other ones are all $15.95. They're so talented that, in fact, I have a beautiful candle that Stephanie, who I don't know if Stephanie's still here or that she purchased for me, and I treasure it. It still smells good. And Holly made it. Her work is just, yeah, you can go back and look at that. Um, and like I said, I only sold one bag, and I'll show you which one. It's actually gorgeous. I sold that one. And I do have enough fabric. I think I can make one more of that particular one. But anyway, and Chris, his woodworking, he can build cabinets and stuff that it's just, well, you have to have room. And that helps them financially, although, their channel is a lot bigger than mine. And by the way, the only way we earn money on YouTube after you're monetized, which I am, is if people watch the advertisements on the videos. So anyway, they need room, so they need a house. They need where he can build a shop. I love watching. If anyone hasn't watched them, Chris and Holly show. They are characters, and again, they say things. They speak their mind, which I admire because maybe I'm the same way. Yeah. Um, there is a lot of nice people, and I'm not going to criticize anyone, but I see there's a lot of drama and I don't like it in the jewelry community. But there are a lot of lovely people, and I just prefer to. I want to enjoy each day and be happy. When I'm at my sewing machine and I'm doing videos and I'm doing my jewelry art and my DIYs, I'm happy. I don't mind working hard. I just don't like drama. I just figure this way, if somebody doesn't like you, they don't have to watch you. Go somewhere else. But a lot of people also don't like, I call it like it is. What you see is what you get. I don't fake. The only thing I faked over the last couple of years, that I had horrible pain with the hernia, and I couldn't get the doctor's attention. Doctor never checked it, and I faked being in all that pain and still did my videos. Oh, you think Holly is still looking more like her mom? Yeah, I like Holly and Chris and Elion. Um, well, anytime, if you're talking about, yeah, the houses that they looked at, when you get a loan, and that's with any house loan, it horrifies you to think what the property is actually costing you after 30 years, but you can't get away from it unless you come into some money or you're able to pay your loan off sooner, which if you can pay a higher payment each month, it pulls down the interest. But yeah, when I have figured that before, when I've owned a house, what you actually pay for the house, and doubles or triples the amount of your original purchase price with the interest. Yeah, Pamela, I wish that there was no drama. A lot of jealousy goes along with it. Um, yeah, I don't either, Kathleen. I just have pulled away because I don't like the drama. Life's too short. It's and I've seen people fight over dollar or two jewelry pieces, which is insane. Yeah, you know, like I said, I actually and a lot of people didn't. Most people didn't know I had been in pain for 2.5 years. Um, I toughed it out, and my original doctor never did check the area. His PA told me women don't get hernias down there. That's how I got the infection. My surgery went really good, but the area was so large because the hernia was so large, it accumulated fluid, and the doctor had to remove the fluid 3 times. And the third time, I got an infection that put me in, oh, it was horrible. Um, I had to have a drainage tube after that, but I had a fever 102, and I spent 2 days in the surgical floor. They thought maybe they'd have to go back in there, but they didn't. Because of the economy, my rates have stayed very low. Oh my gosh, wonderful, Sharon. Oh, I'm glad, Kathleen. I'm so, it's just, I'm like you. I just want to be peaceful. I enjoy doing my creations. I love people, but I don't like the drama. And, there's a couple of people that, you know, I'll just say this much. When you see drama in a live stream and you don't know both sides of the story, why can't people just stay neutral? Why do they have to take sides? See, that's the problem I have. Just stay neutral and try to stay out of it. And I've had that happen to me, and I prayed about it, and I just decided, you know what? I'm not giving up my channel, and I'm not um, doing less. I'm actually going to do more, but I want to go into a happier atmosphere. Um, yeah, I found, you know what, Sharon? I learned about when I had my surgery and infection, and I realized I never discussed a lot on YouTube or in an auction, but I found out who my true friends were. Yeah, Kathleen, you're smart. You were very, very smart. I'm, like I said, the same way. It's not that I hate anyone. It's not that I'm angry. I just don't, I just don't want the drama anymore. I want to be able to do my DIYs, my jewelry art, my sewing, um, my junk journaling, and my prayer groups. I just, yeah, life's too short. Just look around and see how many unhappy people there are and why. The stupid things people fight over. It's just beyond me. So That's why I've changed, my channel's direction. I know I've lost some people, and that's okay. Um, I've loved jewelry all my life. I started selling jewelry on eBay in 2001. Yeah, I know. Have you noticed that the three people who always came in for the free drawings don't come in anymore? um, I just can't afford it with what I'm selling now. And someone else, and I won't say her name, um, has just changed her channel as far as the drawings and is just going to do drawings at the very end or when she chooses because, you know, she, losing money. But I knew that when I stopped the drawings, those people wouldn't come in anymore. And that's okay. But I gave all of the free stuff with my heart. I don't regret it, but I can't afford it. Um, and I don't want sympathy. I don't want anybody feeling sorry for me, but my rent for just a one bedroom, I have one bedroom, a bathroom, and my kitchen and living room is all one room, just went up. It's $1,215 a month. And so when I do auctions or sales, I can't afford to lose money. And, um, if it ever comes to a time when I start selling a lot of stuff, I might once in a while. Oh, thank you, Kathleen, and God bless you. And I'm so happy. You take care. Go make some of your gorgeous jewelry. Kathleen just does absolutely fabulous job. It's very different, very unique. Um, if it comes a time when I, could afford it, I like to do contests once in a while. And Selena's very upset. Her husband, Sam's grandpa, passed away. He's 94 years old. And she has a hard time dealing with things like that. I just said, wow, 94. Most of us don't live that long, although my mother lived to be 98, but I know I'll never make it. It was high for me when I lived. Yeah, I just, it, if I didn't work, I couldn't survive. And I work, just my son helps me out. I work part time for him, but it's still, I struggle. So I don't do this just, you know, that's why um, for doing selling the creative things that I'm doing now, I just can't afford the drawings because I was doing 3 drawings, 2 for jewelry, and the last one free shipping. And I enjoyed it while it lasted. But it's didn't surprise me, but I knew it would happen. The 3 people who always came in for the drawings no longer come in. So I'm not even going to give my opinion on that. Just you read my mind. Wow, Top Cat 17. Yeah, how about that? Anyway, if I just going to what I'm going to do is like chit chat, show my things that I create. If somebody wants a custom made item, let me know. we'll work out prices. And like I said, I do a lot of research on fabric. I don't just like buy the first thing. I try to get the best price. Said just shake the dirt off and move. Yeah, you're right, Pam. You're right. You and I think so much alike, Pam. I am so blessed to find you. Or you find me. I don't know which one. Hetty's probably still here. I'm not sure. We have 8 people in here still. But I just, think that we should, no matter what you believe, whether you're Christian or not, and whatever you believe, just try to be better each day. Oh, there, I thought Hetty was still here. Just try to do better. We all make mistakes. We're all sinners. That we can work on trying to be a better person. And it doesn't hurt to say I'm sorry once in a while. I know I've had to say it a lot. But I kind of laughed the other day when this person said in her live that about, I call it like it is. And I won't deliberately go up to somebody and insult them. But if you ask me a question, I'm going to try to give you an honest answer. Oh, Robert is driving 3,000 miles to. Oh, wow. Yeah, I went on Blandine's benefit auction last night for a while. I did buy one brooch for $10, but everything else was out of my budget. I've been trying to sell a lovely jewelry jar so I could give the money to Blandine, and I only put $35 on it and $13.80 shipping, and has about 42 pieces and a brand new sterling silver ring, and I haven't been able to sell it. But I wanted to send that money to Blandine. Losing a child, I don't care what age. It's like I said, it's the most difficult and hard hurts you could ever have. So my heart goes out to her. And I pray that, she gets through it. But she lost a husband about a year ago, and then now her son. So it's hard. But anyway, hopefully they did, I'm sure, really good at the benefit auction. Been to the East Coast that much. So I have been, I spent a couple of months in North Carolina. Oh gosh, about 7 or 8 years ago or more. I lose track of time. So I got to see quite a few, like driving through different states. And that part of the country is really different than out west here. I'm not a world traveler, put it that way. I'm a homebody. I like to be home. My husband, the one that died of cancer, he worked for Orida Foods in Ontario, Oregon, and he had 3 weeks vacation, and I had 2 weeks vacation, and we would take 2 weeks and travel to see all the family and stuff until he just got so his driving was not good, and he had to be the driver. Although I finally had the doctor tell him at the end that he couldn't drive anymore. You're on the East Coast. What I was amazed at North Carolina, it was so green. I admired the everything was green where I was. And you could see I won't say mobile home, a trailer, yeah, but the yard was just manicured just perfect. And that always amazed me. Mm. Well, we used to, when my husband and I traveled, we'd start in Oregon and, well, originally in Idaho, and then go all the way around to California, Utah, Arizona. We would go about 3,000 miles. Oh, really? He has two huge vehicles oh, wow. Truck drivers they have a hard time, a hard life. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Don's Robert. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I probably the only auction that I have actually went in recently is Don's. I just kind of like Kathleen. I stayed out. First of all, my budget's not that good. Too many auctions. Yeah, there is. When I first started, I started with pop-up sales, and at that time, Anita Finita was the only one that was doing them, and I was inspired by her. And I did really good with my pop-ups, and then all of a sudden, everyone started doing them. But it was good at first, but there's just too many. If I could travel to Ohio, oh, it would be a vacation. I haven't been on a vacation for 10 or 15 years. Oh yeah, there is another Robert. In fact, I'm subscribed to his channel, and it confused me at first too. But Don's what should I say, boyfriend or man, or his name is Robert, but there's the other one too. And I've seen you on the other one. But I remember when I first went into Don's and I was thinking, is that the same Robert? And then I finally figured it out. No, it's not. But I think Don's Robert um, has a small channel, but I think he does have a channel too. The state right now above Ohio. Mhm. Yeah, it's confusing. But the Robert that I've seen you in English Rose, he cooks in his truck. That just absolutely fascinates me. I said to him one time, I don't even like cooking in the house, let alone you cook in a truck. And it looks like he cooks really good. He cooks a lot of food. And I remember seeing one of his lives when there was a woman in there too. So that is his fiance. That's neat. He seems like a really nice guy. And it's weird because they're both truck drivers. His appliances fell. Oh no. Apparently when he was driving or something, he didn't have them secure. How did that happen? Oh wow. Oh, the other lady was just a friend. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know. I should have known you knew more about him. Yeah, it always amazed me watching him cook. Now, sometimes when he's on, like I do computer work for my son, so um, I don't always get. People don't realize I really don't. Even when I was going into a lot of auctions, I really don't have the time. Sometimes it's not that I was trying to avoid them. Now I just don't go. Other than, like I said, in Dawn's, I've been in Dawn's. I go to Savers once in a while. It's pretty convenient to where I live, and it's very, very clean. The Goodwill, it's not too far away, but I didn't think it was very clean. In fact, I have a big bag that this coming week I need to take to Savers. I've been trying to avoid it because I figure there might be something I want to buy. Yeah, I've seen you in Dawn's too, Hetty. I like Dawn because she calls it like it is too. It's like she's finally setting some rules down. Yeah, and you kind of have to, but I admire her for that. You know, we do this to help survive and make a living, and a lot of times people don't realize it. And I've always said, if you can't if you can't pay, don't bid, don't buy. There's no shame to that. I I don't have a problem. Um, I've been financially comfortable. I've been broke. I've been poor. There's no shame to it. Um, and if I know when I have went into an auction how much money I have in my PayPal or how much money that I could spend, and if I can't afford it, you know, I just don't bid. So I was glad to see that Dawn has set some rules. Yeah, and Sharon, that's all we can do. Um, but just to go to support. See, I understand when people don't buy and or can't buy. And sometimes we don't see something that we like, and we should be careful with our money. What bothers me is the people that don't support. Hi, Carmen. Good to see you. Um, by just going in and saying hello, that means more to me than people coming in and just buying. Of course, if you're doing a sale, of course you want to sell things. It'd be lying if I said different. But I respect the people that come in and say hello, and um, this is how I truly feel. Um, it disappoints me when I there are some people who what should I say? I actually haven't sold any of the pillowcases, Carmen, and I'll show you the only one. They're they're $12 each this year. I had to raise them $2. This is the only set. It's $15 each because this fabric was over $11. It's outrageous. But these are the silk. Oh, this fabric is fabulous. You can look at the video and just send me an email, and if you want something, I'll put my email in again. And I have your information, Carmen. I know Carmen has bought pillowcases and stuff from me. Yes, I got out of the jewelry business, Carmen. There's too many people selling jewelry, and I wanted to do things that made me happy. In creating sewing and my jewelry art and my junk journals makes me happy. And I'm trying to avoid all drama. Oh, thank you, Carmen. I appreciate you. I really do. And I even if someone has had a disagreement with me before, I hold no grudges. I just want to enjoy life, and I believe a certain way, and I respect other beliefs. As long as people don't push their belief on me, I won't push my belief on them. And like I said, I got out of the, and I'm not saying there isn't some great people in the jewelry community, so don't get me wrong. But I don't want any more drama in my life. Do you want English Rose? You want me to show some of the pillowcases again? Okay. I'll show you some of my favorites. I love these. This fabric is fabulous. And these are $12 each. You don't have to buy two. You can, especially, and I think Carmen, before you bought some like for the kids, and sometimes you only want one for kids. I said I went from a full bed to a twin because my apartment is so small. And let's see. Oh, this one I think is cute. I'm going to make some more kids ones too. But I love this one here. I'm a big kid at heart. Look at this. Isn't that cute? And that one's $12. Shipping would be $4 for one. Shipping is ridiculous anymore. It's went up. I hate it that it's went up. Now I have one of this one, and I hope to find some more of this fabric. Last year I made a couple, and I've used them. Oh, can you have the Christmas one? Of course, Carmen. Okay, let me. I'll put your name on it. And do you still have the twice a month? You know what I mean. Okay, that one. Let me put that over here for you. And I have a unicorn one too. Where is, I do have more fabric to make another unicorn one. I think it's cute. Little girls. Yeah, okay. Oh, thank you, Carmen. Let's see. And they wash up really nice. Oh, and this is another pair. I love this. And let's see. Dawn bought an anything bag made out of this fabric last week. Oh, can you have the unicorn one? Okay, I'll put your name on that one. Okay. Thank you, Carmen. Anyway, I thought this is really pretty. And they wash up really nice. I have some that I have washed and washed and washed. That's why I try to shop around for the fabric. I don't just go down to Walmart and buy cheap fabric. Once in a while, I have found a couple of pieces that were exceptional for their fabric. Or I'll buy like a solid fabric. Hi, Maggie. Welcome. I'm just re-showing Josie's pillowcase. Oh, thank you. It's good to see you back, Carmen. You know, I like people to come in and say hello, even if they don't plan on buying or can't buy or don't see anything. Never feel obligated when you're in here. Not going to ever make anyone feel bad because they don't buy. We all know what we can buy and what we like, what we don't like. Let's see, I don't know if I showed this one. You want the pink one too with the roses. This one, Carmen. Do you want one or two? Okay, this one. You want one or two, Carmen? They're $12 each. It's your choice, one or two. Okay, one. Alrighty. Let's. And you guys remember Kim Webster? She passed on. She used to buy my pillowcases and for like seasons, and she would buy like say one of like for 4th of July and stuff and different seasons, and she would use them when she watched TV on her sofa, which I thought was amazing and kind of gave me an idea. Yes, I'm going to have to make another one of those bags. Like I said, Dawn bought that one that matched that purse or anything bag, I should say. Yeah, and then this pair. That's kind of different, but the fabric, it feels really good. I like it. Anyway, I thank you. How are you, Maggie? Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. English Rose recognizes that. She won one of the contests I had, and I gave her a choice, and I made pillowcases out of this fabric. And I came across it the other day, and I thought, I've got to make an anything bag out of that. Yeah, keeping busy is really important. It, I, I can go to the sewing machine or do my junk journaling. Your pop-up sales on jewelry pieces. They were so good. I thought many pieces, and I used some gifts. Oh, thank you, Carmen. I appreciate those kind words. Like I said, there's so many people doing jewelry now, and when I started, um, there wasn't a lot, and I just wanted to, and I feel like there was too much drama. So I just decided to do things that I love, and I love creating different things and my DIYs and jewelry art and sewing and junk journaling. Selena got me hooked on the junk journaling, and now I am totally hooked on it. And I love to watch Pam's Treasures. You need to watch her channel. Her work is just absolutely perfection. And this is what makes me happy. And seeing people in here talking and hopefully enjoying themselves, that's just more important to me now than just trying to sell fashion jewelry. And we only can wear so much jewelry. Oh, and I still love jewelry. I've loved jewelry since I was a little kid. And like I said, I've been trying to sell that jewelry jar, which is a lovely jar. It's over 40 pieces in there for Blandine because she lost her son. And it's it's terrible when you lose a child, and certainly Maggie has been going through that. Um, but anyway, I have a jewelry jar. I think I didn't even put it up for auction, just $35 plus the $13.80 shipping, and there is a brand new sterling silver ring in it, and I haven't been able to even sell it. So I decided somehow, even if I have to just send her that money myself, I want to do something because I know, it's a horrible thing to go through. Oh yes, I got. Well, I showed you the jewelry pumpkin. I I need to do the leaf to go with it. I have those. I have two in my living room. Yes, it is the worst pain. Sometimes I think people think I'm a little hard boiled because I'm a retired nurse. I've seen a lot of death. It does make you stronger. But I lost a child. I did, and I lost a husband, but I lost a child, and there is no hurt worse than that. I'm sorry, but there isn't. And I know a lot of people don't understand that until they lose a child. Oh, the leaf. Yes, I am. I'm hoping to start the leaf this week. Yes, because I want to have it up for Halloween and then, through the fall. It's funny. I have, let's see, don't laugh. The bunny, the pumpkin, and I have my first heart in a shadow box in my living room. In my bedroom, I have a cross a Christmas tree, and a big heart. Yes, Maggie, it, my first year was really hard. I actually, after a few years, hardly remembered that first year. It was really hard. Hard boiled, yeah. Uh, but I knew my daughter was dying, and she had muscular dystrophy, and it enlarged her heart. And I had a hard time with it because family members didn't want to believe it. And you could look at my child and knew that something was wrong with her. And I cried so much before that when she passed, I didn't shed a tear for a year. That's how I handled it. And it made me a little cold. I was angry because I didn't feel like, anyone was there for me. And so I know everyone handles it different. But all I can say is my beliefs that heaven is real. And if you're a believer and they were a believer, that's where they're going. That's where they went. And this is not our permanent home. Heaven's our permanent home. Well, I've had, yeah. And it's just because I also believe that our loved ones want us to go on with our life. You know, it's like my husband who died of cancer. When I first met him, he thought people that went to church were hypocrites, because he had been to so many different churches and, very confused. And he didn't realize that people go to church because they need God, they need church. And, and he became such a good Christian. He we were deacons in a church. He read the Bible and page by page, 3 complete times. Every night he sat and read the Bible. And I remember one night I said damn, and he even scolded me for saying damn. He tried to live a good life. And I never preached at him. I just tried to live that life. And um, yeah, Pam, Pamela, it's hard. It's hard. Um, but losing anyone you love is difficult. But I really believe, and I've read so much and talked to so many people, that losing a child that you carried for 9 months in you and you raised, there's a hurt that it never leaves, but you go on with life. You remember the good times. Like I said, my daughter, she was 9.5, and she made me the woman I am today, in my beliefs in God. And she loved church. I'm My elder son he had every excuse not to go to church, and she, no matter how bad she felt, she wanted to go to church. So I live with that, and I know I'll see her someday. Well, they leave there. It's an empty spot, but when you now, this is how I believe. My faith is so strong that I looked at my daughter and knew that it enlarged her heart, and her feet were edematous. They were so swollen at the end that when God took her before, she would have suffered a lot more. And so I've always said to really love is to let go. That's a hard one. It's a hard one. And yes, I cry. I'm not hey, I can watch something. I watch animals rescues and cry. Um oh, thank you, Pam. I know you'd have been there. Yeah, I felt so isolated that I actually divorced a good my first husband was a good man, but I had turned really, really cold because he didn't want to believe she was dying, and his mother and my mother did not help. And I talked to my doctor about that, and he said I won't even say the word on the internet, but he called her the B word. He said, "You tell her to get down here, and I'll tell her how sick your daughter is." And but I really felt I cried. Talk about cried. I cried. But I've become very, very cold. Not hateful, but cold. The only thing that kept me going is my older son, he was a year, well, 14 months younger than my daughter, and then my young son Clint was not a year old yet, so the baby kept me going. I couldn't give up, but it wasn't easy. And so, but what is difficult makes you stronger. It makes you stronger. And like I said, our loved ones would want us to go on and make the best of it and count our blessings. And, be there for each other. We may not, like I said, always agree. We may handle grief in a different way. And that's why I did some videos on both my channels on grieving. Um, there's the 5 stages of grieving. In fact, there's a newer one that there's even 7 stages, and sometimes we go through those several times before we actually, really make peace with ourselves and our life. Doesn't mean that you ever totally get over it, but you go on and enjoy your life. And what I say in my videos, if you after I would say, especially after a year, if things aren't halfway back to normal, you need to seek professional help. Because sometimes talking to a family member or someone, a friend who really doesn't understand, and unless you go through it, you don't understand. Um, Talking to a professional sometimes is easier as long as you are careful and choose a good recommended professional. And I always recommend that. Um, I don't feel like any of us know it all, and we just, you know, handle. Everyone handles grief, tragedies different. We even handle good times different. Yep, they are. They're waiting for us. And there is a song I love. All the only scars in heaven. And I ran across this song on the radio. Oh, about a month ago when I was driving to my son's house, and I love it. And in fact, I think I have it in my um, prayer angel group. And The song goes, the only scars in heaven are from Jesus's hands. None of us are going to have, there's not going to be any pain, no scars. We're not even going to remember the things we went through on earth. Think about that. That's what gets me through each day. That's what gives me strength. But that song, I don't know, by the time I get to my son's house, I'm in tears because I'll hear something like that. I listen to a Christian station. And I end up crying. So, you know, that's the things that we need to focus on. And gosh, I don't mean that I'm preaching. I didn't mean to do that. I did not want to get up this morning, but my daughter kept me going. Yes, Pamela. See, and it wouldn't be Saturday, Pamela, without seeing you. So you have to get up in the morning. It's a pleasure having you here. Yes, joyful tears. Yep. Yeah, I've been watching. I don't know if any of you watch some of the animal rescue videos and sometimes or some of the animal videos and the way the animals show love to each other. And I think sometimes maybe us humans need to be more like some of the animals, like cats and dogs becoming friends and laying next to each other. And it's just, I don't know. I love animals. But sometimes I think they show more love than us humans do. And I could be wrong. Maybe it's just my own thoughts, but I do like to watch some of those. And the people that rescue, I don't understand that how people, if they can't take care of an animal, just dump it somewhere. That breaks my heart. Or people who abuse children. I don't understand that. Anyway, yeah, joyful tears. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. Like I said, I don't know how about you guys, but I can watch a movie and end up with swollen eyes. Oh, Angel. Yeah, Maggie has a beautiful Angel, her dog Angel. Yes, so beautiful. Yeah, yeah, that was a terrible tragedy when Angel got injured. I hope Angel's doing good now, Maggie. So beautiful. I seen something on Facebook this morning that was touching. That's all right, Maggie. It's all right to cry. There's nothing wrong with crying. Eventually, that will get better. But right now, that's what you need to do. And don't ever let anyone tell you that there's a time limit on grieving or what you should or what you shouldn't do. We all are different. And, you know, you lost your son, and then your precious dog almost died. Oh, wow. And that's a lot, that's a lot to deal with. Um, makes me, I'm starting to tear up just thinking about it. Um, it's hard. But um, anyway, I seen this on Facebook. It was kind of touching. There's this dog with this look in its eye, and naturally, this is created, but supposedly the dog was talking and saying it was going to adopt a human, and this human touched it, and the dog felt like the human needed love and needed the dog, and it was touching to me. I thought animals love you unconditionally. They don't care if you're fat, skinny, beautiful, ugly, and I don't think there's anyone ugly. I'm just using that word. Animals don't care. They don't care if you comb your hair in the morning or you have your makeup on. They just love you. They just want you to treat them good and kind. Yeah, animals are. I lost my Shih Tzu. Oh gosh, 12 years ago. She died. She was 13 years old, and my son got her for me for Christmas in a rescue program. And in the puppy farm, she was so neglected. When I got her, she was 2 years old, and she had already had three sets of puppies. And I gave her a good life. It After I had her 2 months, it cost me a lot of money for vet bills, but we finally got things situated, and she was on medication. And I love that dog. She was just the first time I had to leave her at the vet after I think I had her 2 or 3 months, I bawled all the way home. She was just my baby. And I never got another dog, although I have a dog and cat at my son's house, and I just can't afford it anymore. And I would want another Shih Tzu if I had an animal, and I can't afford it. So, um, but animals are really the latter part of my nursing career, because we moved and I didn't want to work night shift. I worked in a nursing home, and you can't believe how people in a nursing home respond to animals and the joy it brings to them. Some people would bring in animals, so the well mannered animals, so the residents could pet them, and to see the smile on their face, and it brought joy to your heart. So animals do bring a lot of love and joy in your life. And then my son it's a Bernese mountain dog, and he is huge, and he is a pest. I have a couple of videos on him. He's a beautiful dog, but he is a pest. Um, and then I have Pixie the cat, and I love Pixie. Cats are very independent. When they want love, they come up and rub against you or want to sit on your lap. But when they don't want any attention, they disappear. But yeah, animals are really important, and we should have them in our life. That I've always had a dog or a cat. But like I said, then where I live, I have to pay a $300 deposit to have an animal. Plus, I feel like I won't get an animal since I can't afford all the vet bills, because animals should not be neglected. So, and if I had been able to get another one, I would have, went to a rescue program and not bought one like from the pet store or anything. There's a lot of animals out there that need to be rescued and need love. They're kind of like us humans. So, Anyway, I think maybe I will close this. I appreciate the sales. Carmen, if you're still here, appreciate you buying from me. And I know Patty Virgo is not probably not here. She bought a anything bag. I appreciate that. Hope you will stop in next Saturday. And I love our conversations. Please let me know if I ever say or talk about a subject that you don't want to hear. Please let me know. I'm not ever going to try to push my beliefs on anyone. As long as you tell me in a constructive way without being rude and mean, and I know no one in here right now would do that. That night night, Pam. I so appreciate you, and God bless you, and God bless everyone. Be safe. Um, like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you, and hopefully we'll see you next Saturday, or we'll see you in Dawn's. Or oh, thank you, Maggie, and God bless you, and you're going to be okay. And if you come in on Saturdays if you need to talk or send me an email. Sleepy Selena. Selena is having a hard day. She has a hard time dealing with emotional things, and um, it just when she gets stressed and upset, she usually has a seizure. And like I said, we all handle things in a different way. But she does have, medication. I'm sure she took antidepressant or something. But her husband, Sam's grandfather, died, and he's 94. I'd say that's a good life. I'll never make it to be 94. But, like I said, we all handle things different. Yeah, she needs to focus on the new babies. I think we all need to find something good to focus on. Anyway, God bless you. Be safe, everyone, and we'll see you next week and maybe see you online. Bye.